Today we'll sum related to relative motion and under gravity. Already we had discussed the formulas related to how to do the sums, relative motion formulas, and if a object is flowing under only the gravity motion, how we can solve it. So I'll give you some example problems for that. You can understand the concept very easily. First we'll see under gravity sums. That means when an object is dropped or when I'm just leaving an object from my hand, how it will reach the ground because of the acceleration due to gravity or because of the gravitational motion. So that type of sums is called only under gravity. Okay, there are some times we can throw the object up and it will automatically come down because of the gravitational force. Same type of sum is here. See, a stone is dropped into a well and the sound of splash is heard after 4 seconds. Find the depth of the well if the velocity of sound is 350 meter per second. What they are saying that in the well I am going to throw a stone. When I throw a stone, what will happen? There will be, it will reach the water level. At that time there will be a sound of the splash coming to me, right? That time will give me the depth of the well. So that thing we have to calculate now. They had given the velocity of sound when it reached me, it is 350 meter per second, and the sound I heard it after 4 seconds. So this is what the given data. Now we are going to do the sum. See, consider this as your well. When I throw a stone here, it will directly reach your bottom of the well and it will create a sound here. How much time it takes to reach here is 4 seconds. The sound came to me with a velocity of 350 meter per second. So what will be the total time taken? It will be the total time taken to reach the stone plus the sound reaches to me. So total time taken will be equal to Ts and Tst. You can name it as also like T1 and TST as T2. It is according to your wish, but for the easy understanding I had taken TS for the stone sound and TST is the sound reachable for me. Okay, so totally T is equal to 4 seconds. After that we are moving into the sum. We know the formulas which I had shared already in a PPT. So consider the motion only of the stone first. If you are considering for the stone, your formula will be equal to S is equal to ut plus half gt square. You know, when I throw a stone into the well, my initial velocity will be equal to 0 and the time is Ts because I am throwing the stone. What will be the gravity? That is G is equal to 9.81. So substitute that values, that will be equal to S is equal to 0, half 9.81 is a G value and T is equal to Ts. Then you will get an answer like S is equal to 4.905 Ts square. Keep this as a first equation. Then you go for the second term. Consider the motion of the sound. Usually what is velocity? Velocity is a parameter that is distance divided by time, or else it can be defined as a dx by dt. So consider this as your second type of thing, that is for a sound. So v is equal to d divided by t. The distance is denoted by s. That is what I had taken, b is equal to s, and the time for the sound is taken as t of st. So my formula became like v is equal to s divided by t of st. We already know in the given question the velocity is given as 350 meter per second. So tst is equal to s divided by v. S is equal to, from the equation number 1 I had taken s is equal to 4.905 Ts square divided by velocity is given in the question, that is 350. When you substitute that, you will get a equation like Tst is equal to 0.014 Ts square. This is your second part. After that, substitute your equation number 2 in the first equation. What is your first equation? First equation is equal to 4.905 Ts square. So substitute your Ts value from here. Okay, or else sorry ma, see this is what your equation, S is equal to 4.905 Ts square. Substitute your value so that you will get a equation like this, because we already know what is TST. TS we doesn't know. What is the total time taken? They had given in the question. See, in which formula they had substituted? T is equal to Ts plus TSD. Whereas the total time taken is given in the question like 4 seconds. So that only my equation had turned like Ts plus TSD, which is equal to 4. Ts keep as like that, TSD you know 0.014 Ts square. When you substitute that, you will get a value for Ts, that is 3.798 second. After getting the Ts value, go straight into this equation, that is S is equal to 4.905 Ts square. S will give you the distance parameter, so you can find the depth of the well. Ts you already calculated, so substitute the Ts value in the S formula and your answer will be equal to 70.75 meter. So the total depth of the well is 70.75 meter, so that when I throw a stone, it had a splash sound after 4 seconds. That is what the answer for this sum. So we can move to the, see this is your next question. States that a small steel ball is shot up vertically with a velocity of 19.6 meter per second from the top of the building 24.5 meter height. That means I am standing on the building 24.5 meter height and I am shooting the ball with a velocity of 9.6 meter per second vertically up. What I have to calculate is like, I have to calculate time required for the ball to reach the maximum height. When I throw a ball vertically towards the sky, I have to calculate the time required for the to reach the maximum height. Then the second question is like, how high the ball will rise above the building. That means the maximum height I have to calculate. Third one, compute the velocity with which it will strike the ground. That means when it reaches the ground, what is the velocity? Total time for which the ball is in motion. That means the total time for me to take, like when I throw the ball, it has to go from me to the sky, to the top vertical level, and from that it has to reach the ground. So that will give you the total time taken. Now we'll move to the solution. See the question now. This is considered this part as your building. You are standing here at a point A and you are throwing a ball towards vertically up. When you throw that, what will be your velocity they had given? 19.6. So initially your velocity is 19.6. This is your initial velocity. How it will reach the maximum height and when it will return? If the ball, when it reach a final velocity of 0, it will return back to the ground surface. That is what the normal principle. If the velocity is there, it will go further vertically up. When the velocity becomes 0, that time it will return back to the ground. So your initial velocity is equal to 19.6 and your final velocity will be 0. Then there is a second type of motion. From the top it has to reach the ground. So when it is returning back, your initial velocity will become like, your initial velocity will be equal to 0 and the final velocity you have to calculate what is the final velocity when it reaches the ground. This is the question, and the total time also you have to calculate and the maximum height also you have to calculate. This is the given question and you have to find it. Now we'll go to the sum. First I am considering only the motion from A to B. That means I am standing here and I am throwing a ball. initial velocity will be equal to 19.6 and final velocity will be equal to 0. This is what the given thing. So consider that and move to the first part. U is equal to 19.6 meter per second, V is equal to 0. Automatically your acceleration due to gravity will be equal to 9.81 meter per second square. We know the formula that T is equal to U divided by G. U, substitute your value, that is 19.6, and G is 9.81, so that your time taken from the ball to reach the top will be equal to 2 seconds. This is your first time, okay, that is T1, and the height will be equal to U square divided by 2G. Substitute your value U and G, then you will get what is your height. So your height will be equal to 19.6 meter. So what will be the total height from the ground? Already your building is 24.5 meter and the height from that to the ball reached is 19.6 meter. So the total height from the ground will be 44.1 meter, because already you are standing in a building and you are throwing the ball up. So this height is equal to 19.6. So the total height will be 24.5 plus 19.6, that is 44.1 meter. We have to consider the second part, that is B to C. Listen now carefully. There are 3 time parameters here, that is T is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3. Where are the 3 T's located? The time taken for me to throw the ball up is T1 and the ball has to reach the floor level is T2 and from the floor level to the ground is T3. So the total time taken will be T1 plus T2 plus T3. Now T1 and T2 will be equal since both the ground level is same. This is what the concept. So when you do the second motion from the B to C, T2 will be directly, we can take T2 is equal to 2 seconds, because the motion of A to B will be equal to B to C. Now our estimation to find what is the motion of C to D, we have to calculate that first. So that we are moving here to the diagram again. Now we are considering only the motion from the point C to D. When you are considering C to D, first when the ball starts here, your velocity is equal to 0. When it reaches B, your velocity is 19.6. Sorry, 1 minute. Initially we are throwing a ball with a velocity of 19.6 and at the top it will reach to 0. While returning, what will happen? Here it will be 0 and when it reaches C it will be 19.6. This is the concept. Now we are considering only the point C and D. So what will be our initial velocity? This 19.6 will be our initial velocity and we have to calculate what is our final velocity. This is the concept. So only we are taking U is equal to 19.6 and S will be the distance, that is height of your building, 24.5. When you substitute in the equation, V square minus U square is equal to 2GS. V is the unknown, U we can substitute as 19.6, 2 into G is 9.81, S is equal to 24.5. When you do that, you will get the answer like V is equal to 29.41 meter per second. This is your velocity when it reaches the ground. And we have to calculate what is the time taken, that is T3 we have to calculate. So substitute that in the next equation, V is equal to U plus GT. So V is a known parameter, U is a known parameter, G is 9.81 and T we can substitute as T3. So T3 is equal to 1 second. The total time of the motion we can take as T is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3. So it will be equal to 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is equal to 5 seconds.